Debonair. Okay.
Do you feel, because I do feel this, that women are always the ones who have to, like when it comes to sex in general, they're always the ones who has to kind of adjust their needs so that man can be satisfied so he doesn't cheat? Why is it that you can't adjust to me? Why do I have to adjust to you? You know, like that, you don't even know why I don't want it so much. Like, what are you turning me on? You know what I'm saying? You know, so do you feel like, you know, like, because maybe there's a reason she wasn't giving him pussy. You know what I'm saying? Not to be vulgar. But maybe there's a reason why she wasn't giving it to him, you know? But here's what I say to that too. I just want to add this before, because I want to hear your opinion on that. But another thing too, I kind of feel like I guess if it was me in that situation, and I guess I kind of would hate, but I just kind of want to say this too. Like, hate to say this, but I would never say I want my man to cheat on me. But if you're out there doing your business, make sure I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, I mean, when I say happy, I'm talking about 95 to 100% before you go out there and be, you know, flick-flacking with Brittany, Miranda, and Ashley. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're doing your job with me first. You know, make sure you are on your knees for me and you can go do, you know what I'm saying? However, I'm not saying that's what I want. But if that was a circle, because if this man, he makes me happy, you think I'm gonna let some floozy come in between me and this man? No, this man, he loves me. He treats me like a goddess. You know what I'm saying? Not treats me better than a queen. I'm not gonna let him go from around Ashley out there in the whole streets with the OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let that go. So it's another thing I feel like for men who feel that way. If you got that much testosterone, make sure your business is an A+. Make sure you're making a 4.0 GPA at home. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, because most women don't leave when they nigga cheat anyway. She's not gonna leave you because you cheated, you know, but she will leave you eventually if your homework is not done. But I do
That's true.
So do you feel like most women are, you know, always like obligated to, you know, they have to a man's sexual needs? Because men and women sexual, for the most part, our sexual energy are not always compatible. Well, I know other women's, you know, they usually don't want to have sex. They want to, you know, whatever. But that was something, because even one time my dad told me, you know, sometimes you have to give it up more than what he might want. I mean, than what you might want, because he has his needs. Well, what about my needs? Let's meet in the middle together. You have needs, I have needs. Let's see what we can do about this together. I don't want to have sex with you because every time you come home, you funky. Take a shower. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, and this is something that I explained to her, because she said that they had sex often when they first started dating. Like often, like I'm assuming every single day, and then it slowed down. So now I'm looking at her like, okay, well, that's false advertisement. That's false advertisement, because you're not going to be them.
But that's the honeymoon stage.
So it's supposed to be over because of the honeymoon. No, I wanted to stay at it.
Like, you here now, honey. You here now. You in this for life. You know what it feel like. We can take a break, okay? Give me another year. I'll be a bunny rabbit again.
I think that's what it is. I think it's lack of communication, because again, like I said, a lot of these men, I don't know why, a lot of these men be scared to talk to these women, bro. I personally don't know why. I've never had a problem expressing what I wanted from a girl as often as I wanted from a girl. I never had a problem with it. I tell her, yo, listen, this is what I want. I want it once a day, twice a day, 3 times, however many damn times a day. Can you meet me here? And if you can't, then all right, cool. We'll work together and work with you. I've been with girls that wasn't that sexually active or like that, maybe once every 2 weeks or once a month. You know what I'm saying? But I would still try to meet you in the middle, but I would expect you to meet me in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not going to be coming 90 and you come 10. No, I'm coming 50 and you coming 50. All right, cool. You want it once a week? I want it every day. All right. Instead of us doing it every day or once a week, we'll do it 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Monday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. And I think that's what it is. A lot of guys can't. A lot of guys are emotionally unintelligent. They don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to talk. And I think all of that plays a factor. And then when they become sexually agitated, it just makes it worse. You know what I'm saying? Now, okay, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I ain't had no ass in 2.5, 3 weeks now. Now I'm laying next to my chick. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here trying to wake her up, and she giving me attitude. Now I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? And instead of him expressing that to his girl, hey yo, baby, we ain't had sex in 2-3 weeks, man. What's going on? Da 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 da. Instead of him doing that, he just gonna go and smash some girl from them that works at Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I definitely for that I definitely blame the men. A lot of men don't know how to express themselves emotionally. They don't know how to express themselves sexually. And then the few that do know how, they still won't talk to the girl about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really have too many disagreements there, you know, because men weren't allowed. So a lot of men, because they weren't allowed to express their emotions growing up, they tend to not know how to express themselves as adults. So
yeah,
it makes sense, you know. It's really a working process.
yeah. So that's real. That's real. But I not it's the men's fault, man. And I've said this so many times, like especially in relationships. I tell guys all the time, I'm like, yo, as a man, you're the person that's in charge of elevating whatever it is going on, especially when it comes to sex, right? Because most men, I mean almost all men, they want sex from a girl. So it's up to you to keep that, you know, elevated level of you know, testosterone, what she has estrogen, but sexual tension between the two. You're the one that's in charge of that. So you have to start researching things, trying out different things. You know what I'm saying? Asking her what she likes, what turns her on, and then going from there. Okay, cool. You're dating a chick that likes getting her, you know, getting her feet rubbed after a long day or some crap like that. All right, cool. Now you can, you know, draw a bath, rub her feet on and stuff like that. But again, like I said, a lot of guys don't even like, they don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to talk about it. They don't know how to do those types of things, right? And I've taken so many classes. Like I took a lot of sociology classes. I've taken sexuality classes. One of my favorite classes that I always recommend to everybody to take if you go to school is the human sexuality of sociology. It's probably one of the best classes I've ever taken in all my 6-7 years of going to school.
I love sociology. I did have a sociology. I loved it.
Yeah, and before I took them classes, I didn't know how to. I couldn't talk to people like that. I didn't know how to express myself, and like, oh baby, I know I had no idea how to do it. I was one of them people like, damn, why you can't read my mind? You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. That's the problem with everybody. You assuming people should be able to read your mind, and I'm just like, no, bro, I can't read your mind just like you can't read my mind. So until you open your mouth and tell me whatever it is you want or don't want, I'm gonna assume you like this or you don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, it definitely starts with the men. It definitely starts with the men. Definitely starts with the men. Yeah. Yeah, but I wished her the best. She's someone that I knew for a while, for a couple years now. She moved to Detroit. She's someone that I knew for a while now, and I was hurting for her because I knew her back when she was married, and she was always this like really happy, uppity type of chick and stuff like that. And then after she got her divorce, she just became depressed, and she already had 2 kids by the guy, and I was just trying to. In my mind, I was just trying to keep her and her kids together with the father, because I know what it's like to grow up without a father. And she has 2 boys. You know what I'm saying? She got two boys, and I'm sitting there looking. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so and she has 2 boys. Oh, yeah, I understand that very completely.
She got two boys. Both of them is in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? Like young kids. Like, real young kids. So I'm trying to get her to understand where I'm coming from. So I'm asking her questions like, okay, well, was he paying all the bills? Yes. Okay, cool. Was he there for the kids? Yes. Was he helping with the homework? Teach them how to tie their shoes, taking them outside, teach them how to be, you know, young men. I'm just asking her all these questions. She was like, yes. And I'm like, okay, so from what I'm gathering, he seems to be a good guy. He just couldn't be faithful to you as far as him not sleeping with another woman. So did you guys talk about having maybe an open relationship? Are you into it? She's like, no, I'm not into that. Okay, cool. Did you try to think about taking a break or this, that, and third, or like just don't jump to divorces because, and depending on, I mean, he was young, he's like 27 or 28. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'm 29. So I'm like, he's still kind of young-minded. And sometimes guys be 29, 30, and mentally they're 20, 22 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I was just trying to see where she was coming from, because obviously I don't know him like that, so I can't really ask her. So I'm trying to get where she was coming from. And I just felt like what should have happened was they should have taken a break, maybe came back in 3 months, 6 months, or something like that. Because here it is, 2-3 years later, after the divorce, it's been finalized now. After the divorce, now you're living with your mom, you're struggling, you're in Detroit, probably one of the worst places to live as far as finding a job in the economy, all those other
There's
things.
nobody out there. There's no
Yes.
businesses.
And now you're struggling depending on the government and all this, that, and the third. But when you was living here in Miami, you was good. You was chilling, you was vibing. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, that's something that I try to express to people, man. Me personally, again, I don't condone cheating. I would have left. I told her I would have left too. But I've never been married, so it would have been different, you know, if we were married, it would have been different. But I don't know.
I definitely, I don't condone cheating, and I just hate to be that that woman. But if that's the only thing that he did, I hate to say it. I hate to be that girl, but it's like, I think something, you know, I mean, do what you want to do, but I think something that a lot of people don't understand, but especially women, is good men, they fuck up. They mess up sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that's the only thing that he did, then it's just, if that was, you know, with another woman, he didn't bring home no babies, he didn't put his hands on you, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't leaving you and the family out for famine, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, I mean, I definitely would have made him come back to me on his knees, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that, I feel, if that was an agreement, because if you couldn't stay faithful but you agreed to it, you know what I'm saying? Then that makes you a man who is not of his word, because you agreed to it. But if she got the chance, like, okay, well, you know, I'm not a man. I do this, I do that. I make sure that you have this, that, and the third. You know, I love unconditionally, but I like to get coochie on the side. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know what I'm saying?
No,
But it's just like, I guess because I've been through a lot worse than cheating. I wish I could say the only thing that happened was cheating. You know what I'm saying? I wish. Whenever I see women crying on TV because, oh, he cheated, girl, you know what I'm saying? But like, girl, please. But you know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take it lightly. I'm not saying that, like, you shouldn't take it lightly. She most definitely, you know, should make that man come back a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely should. I will most definitely, he would have to apologize, and I'll be playing hard to get. But you know what I'm saying? It's just, hey, to each his own though. And I wish that woman the best.
Yeah. She's as good as she is as good as she can get. I told her she needs to either move back or move, because she's been there for about 2 years and she's been working a part-time job. She can't find anything, so now she's going back to school. She's trying to push her young elementary boys through school, and her mom is unemployed. Her mom is on I think SSI or whatever, and it's just you went from an okay situation, you know, where you had all your bills paid, because she wasn't working. She was a stay-at-home mom. I forgot to mention that. She was a stay-at-home mom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, you were living with a man, he was paying all the bills, doing all this, that, and third. You had your own car, all of that. Now you have to catch trains and buses to get your son to school, do all these things. It's just, to me, it doesn't make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense. I told her, I said, y'all could have stayed separated and you still lived in this house. And
that's probably what I would have did if this was, if I took care of this house. You think I'm gonna leave out of here without a fight? Shit, whatever you got going with them girls, you go out there and you go do it in your car. But I'm staying in this here household. You know what I'm saying? And even if, I mean, because I understand starting over, there's sometimes we have to start over more than what we would like to, you know. I understand that. And if she wasn't happy, I most definitely do recommend leaving. If you're not happy, if that man was not making you happy, but I definitely would have stayed up in that house, and you would have been taking care of these kids. Take care of these kids while I heal from what you did to me. I ain't gonna be riding no train with these two boys. Cause I got two boys, you know, I know what that's like.
No, I grew up without my dad, so I know for a fact, man. And I think that's part of the reason why I still don't have kids to this day, because I'm so terrified. Really because of my auntie, but I'm so terrified of having kids right now, man. Like especially with all this crap going on, like kids getting shot at these elementary schools and stuff. Like I don't know what I would do in a situation like that. I have no idea. I'm just terrified of having kids. But what really made me not want to have kids was me watching my auntie, you know what I'm saying, go through it. And she had her own mental problems and stuff like that, but she gave up her parental rights. You know what I'm saying? But prior to doing that, she was She was like, my auntie was crazy, man. I don't know. My auntie had problems. I know she was bipolar and all this other stuff. She was like very abusive and all this, that, third. She was trying to keep my cousin's fathers away from them, constantly calling the police on them, saying he was abusive, lying to them, and all this type of stuff. And I see that with my own eyes. I hear the things that my homeboys go through with whatever girl that they have kids with, and I'm hearing all these things, coworkers, you know, guys, whatever, and let me not say it put fear into me, but it kind of made me hesitant with having kids. You know what I'm saying? Because now, again, like I said, I'll be 30 in March, and it's just like I still don't have kids. Every time I meet people, they're like, "Bro, you still ain't got?" No, bro, I'm so scared of having kids. I'm terrified of having kids. I don't want to have kids with
I feel like that's responsible.
Yeah, I'm just terrified of having kids with the damn wrong person, because I don't want to have a child. We got 2 kids, 3 kids, and then we break up, and then you mad at me for whatever reason. Now you're trying to keep me from seeing my child. Like, I don't want to go through that, man. Like that's terrible. You know what I'm saying? So that mixed with me barely seeing my dad, me barely know, because I mean we have a good relationship now, but we didn't have that back when I was in elementary and middle school. I didn't start seeing him until I was high school, like 16, 17, somewhere around that age. And I know that, and I tell myself, I'm like, yo, listen, I will never go a day without seeing my child. So until I'm financially stable, this, that, and the third, then maybe marriage too. I have to be like, no, I'm not having kids until I get married. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a whole bunch of things. But for me, that's the main thing. My auntie, seeing how crazy my auntie was, and just me having that fear of meeting someone that I thought is the right woman, and then she turned out to be my aunt. Is oh my god, that'll be horrible for me, man. That'll be one of my biggest fears. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can't do it.
Well, that's the responsible way to go, you know.
Yeah.
And I hope you heal from that. I really do, you know, from that fear.
Yeah, we need, man. Listen, black people got black people got so much trauma.
Yeah, okay, yes, we do. We got 300 plus years of trauma.
I done seen so much stuff in my household that children ain't supposed to see, and I'm just like, God damn.
Same here. Oh, same here. And I grew up, you know, with my mom and dad living in separate states. So, you know, my dad, he wasn't just too crazy, but we kind of have an odd relationship now. But my mom, that household, I know completely, you know what I'm saying? She didn't have a man in the house, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, black people, we need help. We're getting there, you know, we're acknowledging our mental, you know, and emotional. We're acknowledging it now because it wasn't acknowledged when I was a kid, you know, so we're making slowly but surely progress.
The finish line, I ran past it. So egotistic, so cocky, so conceited, cause I'm better than your average. I'm mad sick when I spit that shit. When I spit that flow, she gon' want to catch my drift. Soon as a nigga get some money, they try to spit on it. They ain't put it on this bottle, so they can't sip on this. Don't you try to boost me up, don't try to get on, bitch. Cause I'ma act like I don't know you, nigga, that's real shit.